Hello everyone, my name's Nigel Haddon. I'm one of 4 members of Mosaic. Each of us took the lead during 2024 in posting a series of short coffee break videos looking at 4 reasons why law firm mergers fail. Those issues were accounting, valuation, culture and due diligence, and each of us took the lead in one of those. My particular area of interest is culture, and exploring why culture can negatively impact law firm mergers took us back to a recording which we put together a couple of years ago, which we in Mosaic call Wolf Shark, for reasons which will become clear in a minute, but which was posted on our website under the title Why Law Firm Mergers Fail. In this little playlet, you'll see my colleague Tom Blandford playing a chair or facilitator of early stage merger talks between 2 law firms. One of them, called Wolf Shark and Co Limited, is led by CEO Howard Hackney, a thrusting, somewhat brutal and businesslike law firm leader. The other firm, with an almost identical turnover, is called Puppy Dog Kitten and Co LLP, and their senior partner is played by Mark Briegel. The characters that the 2 law firm leaders play are exaggerated. The characteristics and cultures of the firms that they represent are exaggerated, but only a little. We've all seen talks like this, and we found that when we looked at the video again, it was every bit as relevant today as when we first recorded it. So enjoy Wolf Shark, and thank you for watching.
Hello, welcome to another video by Mosaic, but not a coffee break video. Instead, today we're going to take you through a presentation on why law firm merger discussions fail. And we're going to do so, he says, crossing his fingers, with a little bit of a role play, a little bit of a case study in why and how those merger discussions might fail. So just to remind you, my name's Tom. I am the founder of Sursum Advisory, which works with a variety of law firms on a variety of strategic finance projects, particularly M&A that we're about to speak to, but also bonus schemes, forecasting, valuations, tax structuring, really anything as long as A, you're a law firm, and B, it's a strategic finance project.
Hello, I'm Howard, and you can see details of me on the slide there. Basically, I do special project work for law firms and family businesses, and only special project work. So I don't do any audit, I don't do accounts preparation, I don't do any tax returns. So that means I'm very happy to work alongside existing advisors to my law firm clients. And the typical size of law firm is probably 1 to 50 partners. That's the typical size that I tend to act for.
And hello, I'm Mark Briegel. I'm a partner at Bennett Briegel. We're a niche law firm providing services into the professional practice sector, predominantly law firms, but also IFAs, accountants, etc. And I do an awful lot of M&A in the legal sector, plus restructures, partners in, partners out. Previously was on the management board of the top 200 law firms, so know the joys of this, was involved in some mergers, and prior to that worked in industry, so have a wide background in that, and have worked with Howard and Tom and the Mosaic team for many years now.
We're going to introduce you to Wolf Shark and Co Limited and Puppy Dog Kitten and Co LLP. The 2 details of the 2 firms are on the screen in front of you there, and you can see that there are several bits of the firm which actually are very similar indeed. Fee income, for example, is identical. But conversely, there are some things within the 2 firms which are wildly different. So, for example, profit per equity partner at Wolf Shark is £250,000 per partner, whereas at Puppy Dog Kitten is £125,000 per partner. I should say at this stage that these 2 firms are totally fictitious, although a little sadly, what you are about to see is based on some of our experiences, and actually much of what we're about to talk about we have seen in real life. My colleagues Howard and Mark would also, I'm sure, like me to note that in a moment they will be back in character as the two, the CEO of Wolf Shark and the senior partner of Puppy Dog Kitten. They will not necessarily be representing the views of Howard Hackney and Mark Regal when they are in character. Howard, Mark, wonderful. Thank you very much for joining us today. Howard, perhaps you'd like to introduce yourself and maybe explain how you got to the meeting today.
Yes, hello, Tom. Thank you, and good morning. Yes, I'm Howard Hackney. I'm the CEO of Wolf Shark & Co. Limited. Got here by chauffeur. The chauffeur dropped me off and then took the Bentley off for a service. It's time for a service, getting a bit long in the tooth. It's about a year old now. Time for a change, actually. Frankly, only just got here in time, though, because of the roadworks. It's nothing like as good as Liverpool city centre.
Thank you. And Mark, perhaps you'd like to introduce yourself and tell us all how you got.
Yes, good morning, Tom. Good morning. Yeah, I sort of drove the trusty old Land Rover to the local station and struggled in on Northern Rail. Yeah, we always go second class because it's unfair to pass those costs onto clients. I often think that if the trains were like this in the southeast, there'd be riots.
Thank you, Mark. So, Mark, we know that you and Howard have had sort of preliminary discussions about a merger. Mark, perhaps you'd tell us how those discussions started.
Yes, absolutely. Now, Howard and I were at school together. We've been friends for many years, and we were having lunch actually together at our club one day, as we do. And I think Howard and I would agree that we're different, but we complement. I'm sort of the intellectually one, a bit brighter, but I've always admired his entrepreneurial streak. And sort of he was a year older than me and a prefect at school. Everybody in the profession is discussing mergers, and we thought it'd be a good idea. Yeah, we complement each other's skills, and then we've got the geographic reach, and there's synergies, which is the key word everybody's using now. Of course, there's differences between our two firms, but our attention to detail and our intellectual rigor in the way in which we practice law would really benefit Howard's firm. Although there may be a short-term hit to profits, but it'll be good for both.
Yes, a short-term hit to profits. Thank you, Mark. Howard, perhaps you could share some insights about how the discussion started.
Yes, very much so. Mark and I have been friends since school days, and on the back of that, we were having lunch at our club together. He was always a lot brighter than I was, but needless to say, I had the entrepreneurial streak, and I was a year ahead of him, and I was a prefect, and I think Mark actually looked up to me, and probably still does. Everyone in the profession, though, is discussing mergers, and we thought we were like-minded firms, which make a really good fit. There'd be cost savings, there'd be cross-selling opportunities, and we were stronger in some areas that they were weak in. So, for example, we were stronger in company commercial, while they were stronger in family law, and we see a niche in family law we would really like to get into. Profits would increase almost immediately as a result of the merger. And then finally, there was the extension of our geographic base. We're based in Liverpool, and they have offices in Manchester and Cheshire, and that would just help cement our strengths in those two locations.
I see. Thank you, Howard. An almost immediate increase in profits. Wonderful. Thank you. Howard, perhaps you could just tell us a little bit about your firm.
Yeah, we've got one office in the centre of Liverpool, which services the northwest of England and a smattering of clients down in London. We operate as a limited company, and we see ourselves as running a business, and that's why we run as a limited company. We're a specialist niche firm focusing on company commercial, banking, IP, and a small but growing and important will, trust and probate department with a small family offering to service those clients. Fundamentally, though, we're deal doers. We just like to get things done and make things happen. Founded in Liverpool, and I'm a Scouser.
Thank you. And Mark, please tell us about Puppy Dog Kitten.
Well, we've been around for 150 years. My father was senior partner before me, and my grandfather was senior partner before him. We've been around a long time. We have 3 offices, Manchester, Liverpool and Chester, and we operate as an LLP, which we believe creates a collegiate culture, which has been part of our success, and very much a full service offering, including company commercial, wills, trust and probate, conveyancing, both residential and commercial, family law, bit of crime, some personal injury, anything that our local clientele want. We make every client think that they're our own client. We were founded in Manchester at the height of the cotton boom, and I myself am based mainly in Manchester, but as you can see today, I'm in one of our more rural offices.
Thank you, Mark. And that's the end of part 1 of our conversation about why law firm mergers fail. Tune in soon for part 2.